Hey, what is up guys? Before we get into today's video, I just want to give a quick shout out to the video sponsor, Berg's Disc Sports. The new Manta backpack is now shipping for free in the US, and you can still use code ICE10 to save 10% on your order. This is going to be the best deal you're going to get for the foreseeable future on the Manta backpack, so use code ICE10. The link is in the description below, and then all orders to the US ship for free. Let's get into the video. Hey, what is up, disc golfers? Today on Iceberg TV, we got some updates with the Natalie Ryan lawsuit, the Disc Golf Pro Tour, and the FPO division. This is what Natalie Ryan posted on Instagram. Today, the Disc Golf Pro Tour decided that it was better to eliminate tournaments in places with laws favorable to trans inclusion, eliminating every woman's right to play, just to keep from letting trans women play. This shows beyond a shadow of a doubt that this was never about fairness to the cis women in FPO, but instead about a desire to remove trans women. This isn't going to cut down on the lawsuits, and it's silly for the Disc Golf Pro Tour to expect people to believe that. Despite having enough money to buy their way to a monopoly of revenue-earning live streaming networks for disc golf, that they don't have the money to spend a few hours in court, rehashing the same defenses they offered in the last two times. And that is accompanied by this statement. The Pro Tour just decided to cut the FPO field for 5 events this fall, and while I've been successful enough in court to not worry about my attendance in these events, but I will not stand for the pain they're causing all of the FPO players just to make sure they can still hurt me. This decision from the Disc Golf Pro Tour is wrong, and no matter what the eventual path forward is, eliminating the division is not the solution. The Disc Golf Pro Tour has made it very clear that they don't care about anything other than their money and their hate. They have crossed the line, so I'm putting out a public call for the allies on tour to speak up despite what your sponsors have told you. I've spoken to many of you out there, and hearing your silent support for trans athletes is part of what keeps me going. If you don't speak up now, when will you? ? I don't think anybody's going to come forward and say they're on Natalie Ryan's team, because they are going to risk losing their sponsorship, and they're also going to risk their public reputation. So I don't expect anyone to come forward anytime soon, even if the entire division gets canceled. That's just my opinion. So the events that are going to be affected as it stands, to my understanding, is these current events will not be offering the FPO division at all. Ledgestone Open, Great Lakes Open, MVP Open at Maple Hill. And the other 2 events that were affected was the American Flying Disc Open has been dropped down to a professional A tier, and the Discmania Open has also been dropped down to a professional A tier. Now, I think this whole thing's getting pretty crazy, and I'm curious to see how this all plays out. The Disc Golf Pro Tour could have just decided to let Natalie Ryan play, and ultimately they decided not to let Natalie Ryan play, and that they would rather shut the division down than let Natalie Ryan play. So if they haven't made their stance clear in the past, they've made their stance clear going forward. And yeah, a lot of people are going to start sort of changing sides in this situation now that the division is canceled. So I'm really curious to see what happens. I don't think any FPO players will come out and say they're on the side of Natalie Ryan, because I still think a lot of the players on the FPO division kind of blame Natalie Ryan for the situation altogether. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'd love to hear what you guys think are going to happen. You guys are watching Iceberg TV. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.